Today, I'm going to be showing you some cool resource packs and texture packs that you can throw into your Minecraft world. So, there's a lot of different options here. A lot of them are simple, a lot of them are a little more complex. So, hopefully you can find something that you'll have fun playing with. So, without further ado, let's hop into it. So, here is a two-parter texture pack. As you can tell, this looks a little bit like the Minecraft trailers. So, this is the bare bones texture pack. We've seen this texture pack become pretty popular over the past years, and we have access to it on Bedrock too. This really does simplify Minecraft a lot, but some people say it's a little too simple. But here is a pack you can put over top of it to change it just a little bit. This is called Better Bones. One of the major things it does is make the leaves look a lot nicer, but it also gives you a rainbow hotbar, so that is also pretty cool. And this also changes the Totem of Undying to a hardcore heart. Overall, this changes the wood and the leaves to make them a little bit better. Now, next up is definitely one of my favorites, and I would recommend putting it on almost every world. And this comes from Redstone Chicken, which also played Pinecraft. Fun fact. But this is called Colourful Containers, and as you can see, this looks way more interesting to look at. Now, any container, brewing stand, or anything else you can put items into has been changed so they all have these unique textures. Now, this gives a lot more life and variety to all the tools and things that you use to craft items. And I have to say, the cartography table is one of my favorites. And another cool thing about Colourful Containers is that it also overhauls the villagers. And there's many other cool ones as well. I would definitely recommend taking a look at these Colourful Containers. Now, this next one is pretty simple, but I love it, and it's simple waving grass. All the grass in the game will now simply wave, and I know this brings a lot of life into the world, especially when you're traveling around. But that's not all, because you can get real waving leaves as well. But this is just an honorary slot, as there is a little bit of a problem with it. As you can see, the leaves in front of me work pretty good, but the ones a little bit further away stop moving, and sometimes they stop moving completely. So that's why I decided to focus on the grass. But you can pair these two together and they still work great together. So this next one might be a little bit difficult to see. So here's a comparison with and without the texture pack. And of course the sheep is here. So this is a pretty simple 3D layers skin texture pack. And it just gives your characters a little bit more of a 3D look. And it's pretty cool, it's pretty simple, but some of you might enjoy it. And now we have DandelionX, which is a texture pack that overhauls everything in the world. So this texture pack is actually ported from Java, and it's a really cool addition that we now have it in Bedrock. Now, this is a really cool pack, as it gives all the looks of Minecraft a little bit more of a flat textured look, but it can be really cool as it changes the color of trees and allows you to make your builds look a lot different. Now, this is a pretty cool texture pack, so feel free to check it out. And so this looks pretty cool when you add some RTX, it gives it a little bit more lighting, and it makes it look just a little bit different. But this pack looks pretty cool nonetheless. And all of the links for the mod packs will be linked in the description below. So next up we have is colored pottery shards. Now this one makes it for all the different pottery shards to all be different and have their own unique colors. So you'll be able to have a lot more creative pots. So all you have to do is go into your crafting table, put the shards wherever you want them to be positioned for the pot, and then once you put them in here, you'll get the very special pot. You can grab that and you can put it down just like that, and you'll have all the different colors that go all the way around. So this is a unique way to kind of decorate your world so it's not flat and boring like the normal pots are. And now this next one is variated villagers, and as you can see, we have a lot more different villagers that are way more interesting to talk to. And so these guys work exactly the same, but as you spawn in the villagers, you can see that they look a little bit different, and the colorful containers make this way more interesting. But that's not all, as it also overhauls all the Vindicators, the Evokers, and even the Pillagers. So they will be a lot more interesting to fight and match up with the villagers. So these variated villagers will give a lot more life to your Minecraft world and will change the way that you see villagers. Now next up we have the dungeons and improvements. This modifies a ton of the mobs in the game to make them look more like the Minecraft dungeons mobs. So it is really cool to check out. So as you'll see, some of the blocks have been revamped and some of them remain the same. So it strikes a good balance between keeping that vanilla style and having some new and interesting blocks to play with. But obviously one of the biggest things that have been overhauled is the weapons, armor, and tools. However, having all of the different mobs and the little bit of the variations between the mobs is definitely one of my favorite things, as you'll get new creatures throughout your world. So this is the Enderman. However, as you spawn in more Endermen, you can get different variations, which will bring a lot of life into your Minecraft world. These guys are a little bit spooky. But that goes the same with many other creatures as well. They'll have different variations to keep everything interesting. And even the Ender Dragon has been updated. So this can be a pretty fun pack to give your world a little bit more of that Minecraft Dungeons experience. So going along with having more 3D things, this is the vanilla 3D pack. Now all of these items will have a little bit of a different texture, and it'll be a little bit more interesting to look at while they're in your hotbar. So this simply overhauls all of the weapons to give them a 3D look and texture, and it makes them a little bit more interesting to look at. And this works for all the variations of netherite, diamond, gold, iron, etc. So if you want to have some 3D items in your world, this is a really cool pack to go along with the 3D skins. So next up we have is Chunk Viewer. Now this is a really cool pack that will help you in your redstone builds, as it will tell you exactly where you're at in the various chunks. So if I walk this way, I will land on a chunk edge, so you'll know exactly where they're at. And as you move along, you can get to the chunk corner, so I know that this block right here is one of the corners of the chunks. This is super helpful for a bunch of redstoners, as they'll be able to see exactly where the chunk borders are to build their farms and other contraptions. So if this error code shows up, all you have to do to fix it is go into your settings, scroll down, and click show coordinates. Once you toggle this, you can come back and your chunk viewer will be there. So hopefully that helps you if you're having problems with this. Hopefully you found some cool resource packs and texture packs that you might want to add. But there's a lot more. You can check out one of these videos over here. And just as always, links will be in the description, as well as the maps that I used if I used a map. Thanks for watching. Bye.